Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of One Take because life has no rehearsal. Today, I am absolutely thrilled to bring, I was going to say an old friend, but then, like, yes, we're old. What can I say? But we were schoolmates. We were together
Schoolmates.
even before high school, I guess. So, Ahmed Gonzalez and I have known each other since we were like nothing. I mean, we weren't even people because we were like, what, 9, 10, or whatever. Uh, Great guy, very, very, very out there intellectually. You're going to enjoy this. And then Ahmed, welcome to One Take.
Thank you, Marcelo.
Tell us a bit.
Uh, well, what should I say? Uh, uh, as you mentioned before, the definition of success in my life, I don't think that there was a particular moment in which I came to that. I think that it was a very gradual process of things happening in my life. Uh, And for me, success is an internal thing. You know, uh, I've done a lot of things. Been in the airlines. I've done construction. I've done blasting. I've done my
You
lord,
done blasting?
whatever. I've done blasting. Yes,
Like
with
dynamite?
my like dynamite. Yes.
Ah,
Actually, what I did was the seismograph. My dad did the blasting. Plus, I have been to, you know, I've been basically a student all of my life, and I'm not ashamed of saying that at all. I think that learning never ends. And I went to Hampshire College. Then did some other stuff at UC Berkeley. And I went into the travel business. I worked with Eastern Airlines for about, I would say, 5 to 6 years uh, before they, what's his name, bought them and crashed them.
oh
Uh,
yeah, I don't remember who, but
I can,
Carl Icahn, yes.
I can. Uh huh. That's
Oh
right.
my God. That was a
Uh
sad
huh.
day, man, when Eastern Airlines went bankrupt.
Oh yes. I mean, it's. I will tell you, I've had many different jobs, and I think that this is the best job that I've ever had because it freed my mind. I didn't have to deal with office politics. I didn't have to deal with the same people all the time. People came and people went.
Yeah,
Plus the travel that was good.
yeah.
Uh, so after that, went back and forth between studying and whatever. So I say that at one point in my life, or at some point in my life, I realized, because that is the
Yeah.
moment when you realize that the change has undergone and it's there. That success for me was not necessarily being rich, being a lawyer, being any of the named professions, doing a 9 to 5. No, my God. Uh, Success meant being at ease with myself. You know, um, I've had problems with that all of my life because when you have, and I have to say it, an intelligence that's a little bit above
Hmm.
whatever. People keep telling you what you have to do. Oh, if I were you, I would do this with that kind of thing. But you're not me. I'm me. You know.
Exactly. But
And
it,
if you had this intelligence that I have, you would be in the same position that I am.
no, but it's one of the, and I think we all wrestle with that. Well, I come from advertising where everything is very external and we're
Right,
very extrovert, right? But that decisive moment that you talk about, where when you decide or when you redefine success in your terms as opposed to what other people say should be success for you,
right.
is, I think, a key moment. Actually, before this, we were talking. You're not only a writer, you're writing a book, you're also a philosopher. You like philosophy, you studied it. And I guess that when you're dealing with, I'm not going to say a profession like that because it is, I don't think it is a profession. It's a calling
No, it's a
that,
calling.
that
Yes,
you have. You do have to
a
measure success.
vocation. Mhm.
A vocation, yes, but it's gotta be on your terms because other people will see it as, oh, it's a complete waste of time, philosophy, whatever, or writers, oh yeah, well, unless you're doing this. So if you don't define it in your own terms, you will not be happy. So it's a very interesting, decisive moment that a lot of people haven't gone through. By the way, it's
Mhm.
it's really hard. So now you've been in many different things. I didn't know you blasted stuff, which is it's a lot of fun. I mean, I was what 20 when Franco was dying, so you blasted stuff. I threw Molotov cocktails. What can I tell you? I guess the by now it's too old, so like they won't arrest me for it.
By the way, I have done some things that qualify as success. I co-wrote with a very good friend in San Francisco, the very first book on AIDS, which received uh, pretty good reviews, I would
Oh
say.
wow, yeah, cool.
So, and that was a project that took us about 3 years.
Wow,
uh, a year and a half writing and a year and a half revising. We hired a professional editor who, very important, we hired one, and in 3 days we had to fire him. But we found this girl who was so absolutely sensitive to the subject that it was wonderful. So we spent another year and a half, and then self-published at a time when self-publishing was not what it is now. You know,
well, yeah. Let's Now that you touch it, let's talk about the two huge changes that I think have happened in the book business. Apart from online, apart from Amazon, which has been like the change. Self-publishing became a reality and a lot of people self-publish and it is no longer considered to be something that, oh yeah, he couldn't do it, he
right,
couldn't make it.
right, right,
No,
right.
so self-publishing is absolutely respectable because you also keep your own voice. But then the other question, now with AI, would you have hired the same girl or would you think of using AI as an editor?
I,
Because
I,
AI has changed the
yes,
publishing industry a
yes.
lot.
I think I would have hired the same girl. Um, my experience with AI, it's not bad, but AIs tend to be suck ups.
Ha!
Don't you notice that?
Yes.
Oh, you're so good. Yeah, yes, that's right. But I don't want that. I want someone who can challenge me. And an AI will not challenge you most of the time, you know. So in writing, especially in editing, an editor has to do that.
Yep.
An editor has to confront you and challenge you. Is this what you're really saying? You know, are you sure? You know, and at the same time, do it with a sensitivity that to the subject that you're. It's one thing writing about astronomy. You know, that's easy, but things like at the time AIDS, which was a big taboo.
Yep.
And of course, part of it was the inner experience of my roommate, who was undergoing it. Uh, uh, it's a very different type of editing that you have to do, and AI would not do at all. You know, uh, nowadays when I write, sometimes even if I tell the AI, okay, summarize this or and put it in my own words. No,
Yeah.
I have to admit, I do grab certain things here and there, you know. Uh, Sometimes they come up with a better phrase.
I haven't. Okay, so I've had that experience only once. I asked an AI bot to redesign a website, and the AI bot, I don't know whether to call it he, she, or it,
It,
it did come up with a really good concept, but it's been the only time. So, and let me ask you, as a writer, never mind as a philosopher, as a writer, don't you find that AI sort of homogenizes writing and takes it to like the least minimum denominator? I mean,
yes, yes.
or least
It
common
also
denominator.
and also uh, for people who are writing that are not writers, and there's a lot of people right out there that want to get something in writing, it can stifle uh, originality, you know,
Hmm.
because it's an algorithm, and you notice it's an algorithm,
Yeah,
you know,
I do.
uh, uh, which is a sad comment on today's life. People are not living lives; people are living algorithms, you know, especially the younger kids with their, you know, whatever. Even
Well,
some of the older ones too.
let me put a challenge to you as a philosopher. What would happen if you asked ChatGPT to take the core of every single philosophy in the world, like all of them? I believe there's an American philosophy that I like, which is pragmatism. I think it was William James or something like that.
It was William James,
Yeah.
yes.
So when I read for the first time about pragmatism, I fell in love with it because I liked it. It really helped me do many things. You know, if it works, it's good. Okay, great. So that thing worked. Let's move on. But what would happen? And maybe this is a challenge for you for your next book. If you went to ChatGPT and you said, take all of the philosophies in the world and write a two-page philosophy that would be the overarching philosophy or overarching philosophy of the world. Write the ultimate philosophy. That would be interesting.
I think that if the AI is really an AI and is perceptive, he would just rewrite Plato, basically. You know,
Maybe.
because wait, because all philosophy. This is something that, for me, the greatest philosopher in the 20th century was Alfred North Whitehead. Not an easy philosopher to get into. You remember our high school counselor, Mickey Schneck.
Yes.
Mickey Schneck had a master's in philosophy.
Oh, wow.
Mickey Schneck could not understand Whitehead. Uh, I, I've been reading Whitehead for a while, but anyhow, he would say that that all philosophy is basically rewording of Plato, and that is true. When you study philosophy, do a what's the name for the progressive thing? A whatever.
A funnel.
No, no. When you study like a whole
Oh,
era or a
and
series of eras in literature, it's called a I forget the name. Happens to me lately too. But when you do that sort of bird's eye view of philosophy, to put it another way, from Plato on, you see that Plato put the ideas, and every philosopher ever since has been just debating them, whether they're right or they're wrong, or parroting them. Aristotle was good too. I like Aristotle. I used to hate him. I like him very much. He's a pragmatist.
I then we're twin souls, man, because I
Mhm.
am. So, but I gotta assume though that it's one of the bigger changes in your profession as a writer or in your vocation as a writer. The fact that you have a tool that, for many people, actually writes. It's amazing.
But it's a tool, and tools you have to learn how to use,
Yes, I agree.
and you have to learn when to use them.
Yep.
Also, you know.
Yeah. For example, I use it for a lot of basic research, background research. Hey, gave me papers on this and show me the links, by the way, so I can click on the links and I see that
Yes,
they're real. Because
yes,
otherwise, yeah, it does have a lot of hallucinations.
yes. Oh, by
So
the way, I have asked ChatGPT about philosophy.
you should. It's a big challenge for you. I will be following up on this. I will be absolutely following up on the challenge, the Ahmed Gonzalez challenge. What happens if we ask ChatGPT for the overarching philosophy of the world? Does it rediscover Plato? I don't know, but it will be interesting. So, Ahmed, few minutes that or a couple of minutes that we have left. You're out there. You don't think, uh, let's say, conventionally at all. So it's an interesting view. But you and I are, the same age. We have, we have wisdom on our side. So let's say,
Hopefully,
yeah, that you were talking to a CEO, and the CEO is interviewing some people. And as you know, I am absolutely against age discrimination. What do you tell a CEO about hiring people who are, let's say, over 55 or 60? What is the key thing to make us different and better?
I think that experience, of course, but it's not merely experience, because you can accumulate all the experience in the world, and it doesn't move you forward one bit, you
Yeah.
know? So there has to be insight, you know? And I think that's one of the most important things a person can have, you know? Not be much of the life that we are living today is superficial. And it's one thing that, let's say, um, uh, advertising deals with you say, the surface things, but it's not exactly true. You know, you know, there has to be insight also.
Oh, advertising thrives on insights.
Right, right, right,
We deal in insights all of the time.
right, right. You know, and I think that is what an older person, someone above 50, would bring. Of course, it all depends whether the CEO wants the insight or not.
Well, if
Many
you're a real
CEOs don't want the insight.
no, but if you're a real CEO, I gotta believe that you do want the insights because you really want to improve the company. But I agree, experience alone doesn't move you forward. And actually, I have a pet peeve against the word experience. I want expertise. And expertise is when you add the insights to the experience. Then you have learned from the experience. If you don't
Yes,
learn from the experience, what is the use of experience?
right, right.
So,
You know,
but yeah,
it's life happening, and is, you know, um, there has to be, there has to be a purpose, you know, to things, to yourself,
yeah,
even if that purpose whether that purpose is interior or whether that purpose is, well, I think that all real purpose is interior purpose.
Yes,
You
I
know,
tend to agree. Being an extrovert, I also tend to agree with it.
yes, yes, yes.
So, thank you very much. Uh,
Thank you for thinking of me
no,
and
please.
interviewing me.
You know, I'm always thinking of you. So, have a great day. Thank you
You
very
too.
much for taking the time. And then thank you very much for the conversation. I really appreciate it.
Wonderful.
And I will follow up on the ChatGPT theory of
Please
everything.
do. Please do.
I'll follow up with you. You need to do it
Okay.
as
Okay.
a philosopher.
We need to talk face to face.
Yes. I'll
Okay.
send you a link to a Zoom and we can talk about it.
Okay. Good.
Great.
So
Thank you, Ahmed.
thank you too for having me.
No, no, my pleasure. Bye bye.
Bye.